Let's finally talk about how the second custom look for my wedding was made and designed. I worked with Samaraye Studios on this, and it was a true labor of love. So this whole process started because I cannot find a dress that I loved enough to wear. Nothing met everything that I wanted, so why not make your own? So I put together a Pinterest board of everything under the sun that caught my eye, any details, fabrics, colors, you name it, and then she put it together and kind of took what I was thinking and made it into a reality. So we started off by fabric shopping. This was so much fun to see everything in person and all the behind the scenes of how these beautiful dresses are made. Having no idea what I actually wanted, we got very creative and looked at everything. Obviously, I was drawn to these beautiful pink beaded fabrics. We had to kind of guess and visualize what it would look like on me, so this was us doing our best, and this one ultimately was our favorite. But the tricky part is we had no idea what we were doing with it, so this is when she started sketching, and oh my goodness, I was amazed that she was just doing this in front of me. She took all of my ideas from Pinterest and categorized them by the different commonalities that she was seeing. So halter neck, mixed media, all of that. All I can say is she is so incredible at what she does. I was amazed the entire time. And these were the different options that we came up with for the dress. I ultimately decided I wanted a halter neck. I love that on myself, but I could not decide on the skirt. So we looked at a bunch of different options and ultimately decided to make it long. I decided that everyone else in my wedding is going to be in a gown still, so the bride should be too. After lots of debating, I decided on the final design, and then we did measurements so that the factory can make this prototype of the dress. They use fabric that is not as nice as your final fabric to get the perfect fit and pattern when they go into production. This is us trying to decide what color looked best under, and my one requirement for the dress was that it twisted and turned with me while I danced, so that was us making sure of that. And then we went into the factory to do a fitting before they went into production for the final one. I wanted the bottom to be more sheer. I wanted it to be a bit looser. So they were cutting it and pinning it on me. It was crazy. I also decided to add in a corset under the dress because I didn't want to have to worry about what I was wearing under it. And then it was time to go back for my second fitting, where they took all of these alterations and started making my actual dress with the actual fabric. So here it is. We loved it, and we said go forward with making the rest, adding zippers, the whole thing. And this was the beautiful final product. This is the last time I tried it on before the wedding. We were debating if I should use the fabric as a bow in the back or a neck scarf. I ultimately opted for the neck scarf, and I had the best night dancing in it, if you can't tell from these videos. It was so incredible seeing my initial ideas turn into this final dress and seeing the entire process that goes into making a gown. It was the bridal look with a touch of pink of my dreams. And of course, none of this would be possible without Samaraye Studio.